Imagine you wake up in a white room. There are no doors, no windows, no sound, no sense of time. Just you. Your body feels real. The floor feels cold. Your thoughts echo in your mind like thunder in a cave. Suddenly, a voice speaks, not from the room, but from inside your own head. None of this is real, until you decide it is. You blink. The walls change color. The floor becomes grass. A sky appears above your head. And you realize something. The room didn't change because you moved. It changed because you believed it would. What if the same thing is happening right now? Not in some sci-fi simulation, but in your actual life? What if your consciousness is not just observing reality, but creating it? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear may not only change how you see the world, it may literally change the world you see. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most mind-bending, controversial, and empowering ideas ever explored by science, philosophy, and spirituality. The idea that your consciousness shapes the reality you live in. Yeah, I know. It sounds like a late-night dorm room theory or something out of the Matrix, right? But this isn't about fantasy. This is about how science is beginning to validate what mystics have claimed for centuries. That your inner world and outer world are not as separate as they seem. So if you've ever wondered, why does the world sometimes seem to reflect your emotions? Why does your mindset change the outcome of the same situation? Or how is it possible that people can live in the same reality but have completely different lives? Then buckle up, because we're going on a journey into your mind, your beliefs, and the true power you didn't know you had. Let's go. Part 1. What is consciousness, really? Before we dive into creating reality, let's get honest. Nobody really knows what consciousness is. It's one of the greatest mysteries in science. We don't fully understand how a bunch of neurons firing in your brain gives rise to something as vivid, as rich, as personal as your experience. Consciousness isn't something we can touch, weigh, or measure directly. But we all know it exists, because we're experiencing it right now. It's not just thinking. It's not just awareness. It's that deep, vivid sense that I am. You're not just a brain. You're not just a body. You're the one who's experiencing the brain. The one observing the thoughts. The one noticing the emotions. So here's the first wild idea. What if consciousness is not a product of the brain? What if it's the other way around? Part 2. Science meets mysticism. Let's jump into quantum physics for a second. Stay with me. I promise this won't get too nerdy. In the world of the very small, atoms, electrons, subatomic particles, reality gets weird. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles behave differently depending on whether they're observed. When no one is looking, they act like waves, existing in possibilities. But when a conscious observer looks, they collapse into a single reality. Wait, what? The act of observation seems to change the outcome. It's like reality is asking, are you watching? And when you say yes, it snaps into place. Now some scientists say this doesn't mean consciousness creates reality. It just interacts with it. But here's the thing, nobody can fully explain why the observer matters so much. And that's where ancient traditions chime in. Mystics from India, Tibet, Egypt, and indigenous cultures around the world have long claimed. The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. We don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. And modern neuroscience agrees. Your brain constantly filters, edits, and reconstructs what you think is real. So what is reality, really? Is it something out there? Or is it something you're building, moment by moment, with your attention, your beliefs, your expectations, your consciousness? Part 3. Your brain is a storyteller. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had two completely different reactions to the same situation, just because of how you felt that day? Maybe one morning, someone cuts you off in traffic and you laugh it off. Another day, same thing, but you're furious for hours. Same event. Different internal world. That's because your brain isn't just a receiver. It's a storyteller. It takes raw data from your senses and constructs meaning based on what you expect, what you fear, what you believe. It's not giving you reality. It's giving you your version of reality. And those versions can be so wildly different that two people can live in the same city, same street, same house, and live in totally different worlds. Why? Because reality isn't just what happens to you. It's what happens within you. Part 4. The power of belief. Here's where it gets powerful and a little scary. What you believe to be true, your brain starts to filter for. It deletes anything that doesn't match. Let's say you believe I'm unlucky. Your brain starts highlighting every inconvenience, every failure, every small misfortune, and ignoring the wins. Before long, the world proves you right. Not because it's true, but because your mind is looking for it. Flip the belief to I always find a way, and your brain starts filtering for solutions, opportunities, moments of resilience. Again, reality shifts, not because the world changed, but because you did. Your brain is a powerful pattern-matching machine. If you tell it to look for pain, it'll find it. If you tell it to look for meaning, growth, connection, it'll find that too. So what happens when you consciously choose what you believe? You start to shape reality in ways that feel magical. But it's not magic. It's focus. It's frequency. It's consciousness. Quick pause before we go deeper. If this is opening your mind a little, or a lot, do me a favor. Hit that like button so YouTube knows this kind of content matters. And if you want more videos that explore the science, soul, and strange magic of being human, make sure to subscribe. Now let's go further down the rabbit hole. Part 5. Let me tell you a true story. In the 1950s, a man named Mr. Wright was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Tumors the size of oranges filled his body. Doctors gave him days to live. Then he heard about a new experimental drug called Kribiosin. He begged his doctors for it. They agreed, injected him, and within days, his tumors shrank dramatically. He was up, walking, laughing. The doctors were stunned. Then, new reports came out. Kribiosin was a fraud. It didn't work. Mr. Wright read them, and his tumors returned. Fast. Within weeks, he died. So, did the drug heal him? Or did he heal himself, through belief? This isn't an isolated case. Placebo surgeries, fake pills, sham treatments, they've all shown the same pattern. The belief of healing can create real physical changes. That's not superstition. That's science. Documented, repeated, published. So here's the question. If belief can heal, can it also build? Can it create circumstances, people, and events that match the emotional frequency you live in? And if so, what are you unconsciously creating right now? Part 6. The law of vibration, not just attraction. You've probably heard of the law of attraction, right? Think positive, and you'll attract positive. But most people get it wrong. It's not just about thoughts. It's about vibration. Everything, yes, everything, has a frequency. Your emotions, your thoughts, even your intentions. When you're angry, your body vibrates differently than when you're in love. You've felt it. You know it. So here's the wild part. The world around you tends to reflect the frequency you're living in. Think of it like this. You're a radio tower, constantly broadcasting. And reality is echoing back what you send. Not immediately. Not always in the way you expect. But consistently. Relentlessly. Accurately. That's why some people, even in chaos, find peace. And others, even in peace, find chaos. It's not just the world. It's your signal. Part 7. The world is a mirror. There's an old saying, the world is a mirror. We don't see things as they are. We see them as we are. Ever noticed how, when you're feeling insecure, it seems like everyone's judging you? But when you're confident, even just faking it, it feels like the whole world opens up. Same people. Same world. Different you. And the shift isn't just emotional. It's energetic. You carry yourself differently. You speak differently. People respond differently. Your consciousness projects outward, and reality responds. It's not instant. It's not always obvious. But it's real. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to fix the world. You don't have to control everything outside you. You just have to shift inside. Part 8. My personal moment. Let me share something personal. A few years ago, I hit a wall. Emotionally, financially, spiritually, everything felt like it was falling apart. I tried to fix things. More hustle, more stress, more control. Nothing worked. Then one day, I stopped. I sat still. I asked myself, what if the chaos outside is just a reflection of the chaos inside? It hit me hard, but it also set me free. Instead of chasing control, I started cultivating clarity. Instead of forcing results, I focused on alignment. And slowly, but surely, the world outside started to shift. The right people showed up. New ideas flowed. Opportunities appeared from nowhere. It wasn't magic. It was me, finally tuning in to a higher frequency. And from that place, reality changed. Part 9. Quantum physics whispers something strange. Now let's get weird. Really weird. Quantum physics, the science of the very small, has shown us something that breaks every rule we thought we knew. At the quantum level, particles don't behave like little objects. They behave like possibilities. A particle can be here and there. A state can exist until it's observed. And the act of observation seems to collapse the possibilities into one outcome. That's right. Consciousness affects matter. This isn't New Age fluff. It's backed by experiments. Real ones. The famous double-slit experiment showed that electrons behave differently when they are watched. So, what does that mean? It means that reality isn't a fixed stage. It's a dance. And your awareness is a dancer in it. You're not just observing the universe. You're participating in creating it, moment by moment. Part 10. Time isn't what you think. Let's stretch the mind even more. We think time is linear. Past, present, future. But physics suggests, not quite. Time may be more like a landscape than a road. And consciousness? It's the vehicle. That gut feeling you had about something before it happened? That weird synchronicity? That déjà vu? Maybe it wasn't random. Maybe your consciousness skipped ahead, saw a version of the future, and nudged you. Because if all moments already exist, then the future isn't created by chance. It's created by alignment. By choosing what you focus on today, you start to tune into a different version of the future that already exists. You're not chasing your destiny. You're selecting it. Part 11. The illusion of separation. Here's the grand illusion, that you are separate from the world. We're taught we're individuals, cut off, isolated, fighting to survive. But look closer. Your breath isn't yours. It's air that was in the trees seconds ago. Your body isn't a thing, it's a process, constantly exchanging with the universe. Even your thoughts aren't entirely yours. They're shaped by culture, language, memory, experience. So if your body, your breath, your mind are all connected to something bigger, then maybe you are not in the universe. Maybe the universe is in you. And if that's true, then every thought, every feeling, every intention sends ripples through a reality that is far more alive and far more connected than we've ever been told. Part 12. The collective consciousness. If you look at the world around you, it can sometimes feel like everything is in chaos. Political unrest, economic downturns, personal struggles. It's easy to think that we're just all floating in separate boats, each of us paddling alone, facing our own unique storms. But here's a thought. What if we're not as separate as we think? What if we're all connected by an invisible web, an interconnected network of consciousness? There's an idea, often called the collective unconscious, introduced by psychologist Carl Jung. He proposed that beneath our personal unconscious minds lies a deeper, shared consciousness that binds us all together. Imagine this: every thought, every emotion, every experience you have doesn't just stay within you. It radiates outward, affecting others. And this collective consciousness is not just abstract. It's real. Have you ever had the feeling of thinking about someone, and then they call you? Or experiencing a sense of déjà vu? Or collectively feeling the energy of a crowd at a concert? This isn't coincidence. It's connection. The power of the collective mind is like a superconductor, amplifying our individual thoughts, emotions, and intentions, creating a ripple effect that spreads through our society. But what if this connection isn't just local? What if it extends beyond us? Part 13. Near-death experiences and the illusion of death. Now, let's venture into something that really shakes the foundation of what we know about life, consciousness, and reality. Near-death experiences, NDEs. Every year, thousands of people have near-death experiences, where they report feelings of peace, encountering loved ones, or even going through a tunnel of light. What's fascinating about these experiences is the consistency. Despite being from different cultures, different religions, and different backgrounds, many of these NDEs share similar elements: love, light, connection, and a sense of timelessness. But perhaps the most startling thing is this: people who have these experiences often come back with a profound sense of unity and purpose, and they report feeling more connected to everyone and everything. Is this just the brain's final moments of activity? Or is it possible that these experiences are tapping into a deeper, more universal truth? Some researchers suggest that near-death experiences point to the idea that consciousness isn't bound by our physical body. That when we die, we don't cease to exist. We simply move beyond the limitations of our earthly vessel. Maybe death isn't the end of consciousness. Maybe it's just a transition. If that's true, then maybe what we experience here on Earth, our thoughts, our emotions, our perceptions, is just a small slice of something far larger and more expansive. And what if this greater consciousness is available to us now? What if we could tap into it, feel that oneness, and experience the reality we desire before we die? Part 14. The Deep Self. Who are you really? Let's take it deeper. Much deeper. Who are you? Really? You're not your job. You're not your social media profile. You're not even your thoughts. You're not the emotions you feel. So what's left? What if the real you, the true essence of who you are, is far beyond any identity you've ever known? Philosophers, mystics, and spiritual teachers have pointed to this truth for centuries. The self, as we know it, is an illusion. But here's the kicker: once you realize this, you can begin to tap into something profound, something vast, something that stretches beyond time and space. At the deepest level, you are not separate from the universe. You are one with it. You are consciousness itself. So what happens when you live with this understanding? When you truly embody the truth that you are not limited to your physical form? Suddenly, you can move through the world with a sense of freedom. You no longer feel trapped by your circumstances. You no longer see yourself as a victim of life. You begin to see yourself as the creator of your experience. And from that place of knowing, reality begins to shift. Part 15. The Power of Intention. Now that we've explored the science and the philosophy behind consciousness, let's get practical. You might be wondering, how can I use this knowledge to change my own life? How do I turn this abstract concept into something I can actually do? The answer begins with one simple word: intention. Your intentions are like the seed you plant in the soil of the universe. They carry your energy. They channel your focus. And they have the power to shape your reality. But here's the key: your intention must come from a place of clarity, authenticity, and alignment with your true self. It's not about wanting something. It's about deciding that it's already yours, before it even shows up. Take a moment right now and ask yourself, what do I truly want in this moment? What does my heart desire? Then, set that intention, not just with your mind, but with your heart. Feel it. Know it's coming. And then, let go. Trust the process. When you set a powerful intention, you're sending a clear signal to the universe. And just like tuning into a radio station, your consciousness will align with the frequency of that intention. Part 16. Aligning with your desired reality. So now you've set your intention. What's next? Next comes alignment. Alignment is the process of making sure that your actions, thoughts, and feelings are in harmony with your intention. This is where the real magic happens. Because when you align your entire being, your mind, your body, and your soul, with your desire, you become a magnet for that reality. If you say you want abundance but you still believe deep down that you're unworthy of it, you're out of alignment. If you desire love but you're constantly afraid of being hurt, out of alignment. The key is to feel what you want as if it's already here. To step into the future now. How would you walk, talk, and live if your dream had already materialized? Aligning with your desired reality isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about getting into the feeling of your desired experience. When you live as though it's already yours, you start to attract the people, events, and circumstances that bring it into your life. Part 17. The art of letting go. Now, here's where things get tricky. We've talked about intention and alignment. But there's one more crucial piece to this puzzle: letting go. It might sound counterintuitive. After all, if you're working so hard to create your dream reality, why would you let go? Here's why. When you hold on too tightly to your desires, you create resistance. Resistance is a block that keeps your desired reality from manifesting. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the need to control every little detail. It's about trusting that the universe will bring you what you need at the perfect time, and in the perfect way. So take a step back, surrender, and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Part 18. The role of gratitude in manifestation. Here's a simple, yet incredibly powerful tool you can use every day: gratitude. Gratitude shifts your frequency. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you're vibrating at a higher frequency. And when you vibrate at a higher frequency, you attract more of what you desire into your life. Gratitude is like a magnet for abundance. It pulls more goodness toward you, and it helps you stay aligned with your higher self. Start each day with a simple gratitude practice. List at least 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. Feel the joy in those moments. Feel the richness of life, and know that more is coming your way. Part 19. Trusting the process. Finally, let's talk about trust. As you begin to implement these practices, you might find yourself doubting or wondering if it's really working. That's normal. Trust the process. Trust that you are a creator of your reality. Trust that the universe has your back. When you trust the process, you release fear and doubt. You align with the flow of life, and you allow things to unfold naturally. It's like planting a seed in the ground. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it. You trust the process. And eventually, the plant will sprout. Your life is no different. Trust. Align. Let go. And then watch as your reality begins to shift before your eyes. Part 20. Full circle. The essence of reality. We've journeyed through deep philosophical concepts, scientific insights, and practical steps for using consciousness to create your reality. Now, let's bring everything full circle. At the beginning of this video, I asked you to consider a powerful idea. What if consciousness creates reality? By now, we've uncovered that consciousness is not a passive observer. It's an active participant in the world around you. It's the force that shapes your perceptions, creates your experiences, and ultimately brings your desires into your physical world. But here's the most important part. This isn't just something that happens to you. You are the creator of this reality. You hold the keys to your own experience. You can choose to step into your power. You can choose to awaken to the truth that you are more than just your body. You are consciousness itself. And from this place of knowing, your world will begin to shift. Part 21. Call to empowerment. You are the creator. Now, I want you to really feel this. You are the creator of your reality. I know. You might be thinking, but how? It's not that simple. Well, it's not simple, but it is profound. In each moment, you have the power to change the way you see the world. You have the ability to shift your perception, to to set new intentions, to align with your true desires, and to manifest a reality that reflects your deepest truth. So, I'm asking you today, will you take control? Will you start using your consciousness to create the life you want? The world around you is not static. It's constantly changing and evolving, and so are you. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, is shaping the reality you live in. Are you ready to step into your true power? Are you ready to consciously create the life you've always dreamed of? The choice is yours. Part 22. The power of now. Let's make it happen. And here's the thing. This moment is the most powerful moment you'll ever have. Right now, as you're watching this, you have the power to change everything. You don't need to wait for some magical moment in the future. You don't need to earn the right to live the life you want. You are already worthy. You already have everything you need inside of you. So, take a deep breath. And in this moment, make a decision. Decide that you're going to start creating the life you want. Decide that you're going to align with your true self. Decide that you're going to step into your full potential and use your consciousness to shape the world around you. Before I wrap this up, I have one last request. If you're feeling inspired, if this video has opened your mind to new possibilities, hit that like button. And if you want to see more content like this, content that challenges the way you think, empowers you, and helps you unlock your potential, make sure to subscribe. Remember, when you subscribe, you're not just getting more videos. You're joining a community of conscious creators. We're all in this together, and the more we learn, the more we grow. And if you feel that this message could help someone else, share this video with them. Spread the knowledge. Let's raise the collective consciousness together. As we finish today's journey, I want to leave you with one final thought. You are not just a person living in a random world. You are the universe experiencing itself. You are consciousness. And everything you experience is a reflection of the energy you put out. So remember, your thoughts create your reality. Your emotions create your reality. Your beliefs create your reality. And when you truly embrace this truth, you'll see that everything in your life is a reflection of your inner world. So take a moment to reflect on this. How are you going to use your consciousness to create the life you deserve? Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this journey enlightening and empowering. Now go out there and start creating the life you've always dreamed of. Until next time, remember, you are the creator of your reality.